This is the GIS Evening Report for Tuesday, May 7th, 2024. I am Chrisanne Mitchell. In the headlines, Government of Grenada to promote more sustainable transport sector for Grenada. Details to this story and more after the break.
Are you thinking about buying a vehicle? Did you find a company on social media? Stop. It may be a scam. Look out for the following red flags. Is the price lower than other dealers? Does it seem too good to be true? Are you sending the monies to the US even though you are ordering the vehicle from Japan? Does the address on the invoice match the address on the payment details? Are conversations limited to WhatsApp text? Is there a sense of urgency placed on you by the seller? You are about to be scammed. Do not take your hard-earned cash or even worse, a loan to send to these scammers. Once the money leaves Grenada's shores, you are not likely to get it back. Consider buying a vehicle already on island from an individual or a car dealer. Beware of these scammers. If in doubt, it's best to stay out. A message from the Financial Intelligence Unit.
Welcome back. Government plans to promote a more sustainable transport sector in Grenada with the introduction of new Transport Commission. The Grenada Transport Commission, which was reconstituted in February 2023, is the implementing arm of the Division of Transport within the Ministry of Infrastructure, Public Utilities and Civil Aviation. In an effort to improve the quality and safety of transportation services in Grenada and to promote sustainable mobility solutions that benefit all residents and visitors to our island, the Commission is keen on introducing several initiatives. They include improvement of terminal facilities in St. George, Grenville, Sates, school bus initiative, and a cashless payment system, among others. The Commission's Chief Executive Officer, David Bartholomew, highlighted some of the immediate initiatives that the Commission will undertake during the year.
We're looking at implementing cashless systems, and that's one of the challenges that we have. In talking to the operators, they talk about safety and operating in the problem with operating in the night and late hours, and the challenge that goes with that. And what we want to do, we want to look at examine the possibility of using cashless systems throughout, so that safety factor will be greatly decreased. We look into strengthening the inspection systems, on buses. We have a lot of buses on the road, and show that the system that we have now doesn't really go in depth in terms of the challenge that we face in vehicles that are being aged and that sort of thing. So that's a critical aspect. Safety will be a critical aspect of the Grenada Transport Commission moving forward. It will be a very critical aspect. In terms of passenger comfort, we want to ensure that everyone have a beautiful experience. We want them to go into, we're using solar. We want to make all our initiative will be green. We are using solar. We want to ensure that we have air conditioning, where it's possible, air conditioning terminals. We want to ensure that when you're traveling, you could put on you could get Wi-Fi, access to Wi-Fi. You want to access the charging system. You want to ensure that all these things can happen so that you have a good experience.
The Grenada Transport Commission will also advise on road safety to include the regulation and control of traffic, standards to be prescribed for vehicles to be used in public, commercial and private transportation. Chair of the GTC is Francis Paul.
Transport rates, fares, tolls, dues or other charges. License duties and fees in respect of motor and other vehicles. The needs of any area or areas in relation to transport, and that include the provision of adequate, suitable and efficient services and the elimination of unnecessary or unremunerative services and the coordination of all forms of passenger and good transport.
Commission member Atway Campbell says they have embarked on a challenging mission of data collection to ensure that they arrive at the best possible solution to the plaguing transportation issues on island.
we don't need an improvement. What we're looking at is transforming the day-to-day lives of every Grenadian so that you're not experiencing a system that has zero sustainability, zero predictability as well, and safety. Now, as the chairman said, this is not about bus stickers. This is about providing solutions to the entire transportation system. This is not about just buses. This is about you not having to dodge vehicles on the road. You know, you not having to hit the side of a railing because you didn't have space and there are no safety mechanisms in place. You having to rely on a blind camera, or not a camera, but a mirror, right? And because your sight is not 20/20, you can't see if it's a car, or a person, or a dog, or a sheep, right? So we're talking about top-down transformation in this country.
Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell, who holds the portfolio of Minister for Transport, commended the GTC for its work and reiterated the importance of an adequate transport sector, which he believes is a critical pillar in moving Grenada forward.
It's not just about public buses. It is about the transportation system in Grenada. And to a large extent, if we do not ensure that we tackle this issue in a holistic and inclusive manner, it will continue to stymie the economic development of Grenada and the social cohesion of Grenada. You can in fact judge a country's development by its transport system. And I would say specifically its public transport system, because the ability to move en masse large amounts of people and to move goods and services is critical for the development of any country. And in the context of a small island developing state, doing so in a sustainable and environmentally friendly manner is even more critical. And I would also say in a resilient manner, because we face the ravages of droughts, storm surges, hurricanes, volcanoes, we can go on and on. So transportation is a fundamental pillar to the development of Grenada.
The members of the GTC are Chairman Francis Paul, Vice Chair Jasmine Alexander, Permanent Secretary Alva Brown, Chief Executive Officer David Bartholomew, Commissioners ASP Randall Batiste, Ken Lewis, and Atway Campbell. Prime Minister and Minister for Infrastructure Honorable Deacon Mitchell visited the site of the $16 million Cliff to Woodlands roundabout project on Tuesday, accompanied by the road project team and the Ministry of Infrastructure officials. The project is being undertaken by Consolidated Contractors Company Caribbean Incorporated and is scheduled to be completed in 14 months, promising enhanced connectivity and improved transportation efficiency. During the visit, Prime Minister Mitchell engaged in discussions with both the project team and the contractor on site. GIS spoke with Prime Minister Mitchell, who is optimistic about the successful completion of the project.
I'm happy that we finally gotten the work to commence and to get off the ground. The works, from what I can see, is progressing well. We only started about a week ago, and you can see that there's significant excavation activities that are taking place. The key thing, this is a challenging site. As you can see, you basically have precipice on one side, rock on the other side, and you've got homes that are constructed very close, almost in the roadway. So it is a site that is going to require significant engineering skill. It's going to require cooperation by the residents of the community, and I want to take the opportunity to thank the residents for cooperating thus far. We appreciate that it's an inconvenience to them because the road is blocked off, and you can see why we have to block the entire road off because of the type of excavation and the type of equipment that's there, and public safety is our #1 priority. So I wanted to walk and just get a first-hand view of what is taking place, to greet some of the residents who are home during this time and to speak to them about the project. As I indicated, because of the difficulty of the terrain, some of the properties will be affected. And so we want to be able to make sure that we keep them in the loop. We work with them to minimize the disruption and to try and get the work done as quickly as possible.
Prime Minister Mitchell hinted at additional features to be incorporated into the Woodlands roundabout and the cliff.
There are two things I want to point out. We will essentially be remodeling the Woodlands roundabout, and we'll be creating a roundabout at the top of the cliff over junction. So this is major work. As you appreciate, we have a major coming to get off roads at the cliff. You've got Woburn, you've got a side road next to Woburn, you've got Manjaloo, you've got the Calavini main road, and obviously here we have this Woodlands road. So it is major construction work, but we need to do so because, as you can see, there's a lot of development going on up the East Coast all the way up to St. Patrick. We have a lot of 40, 20-foot containers that are on the road, and we need to make sure that we make the road as wide as possible.
Raul Gonzalez, project manager of the Consolidated Contractors Company Caribbean Incorporated, provided insights into the project's current status, highlighting the earthwork phase as a pivotal stage in the construction process.
So far, we start with the earthwork along the project. We have 3 major points to develop a big earthwork. This is the first one. The second one is by the next curb, and the third one is by the roundabout. So we are actually hitting 2 of those 3 major points with the earthwork. And then, yes, as you said, Nawasa and Grand Lake are involved too, because many poles must be relocated, and then a water line too. Nawasa already removed all that side of water line. That is why we can walk in that side now. So actually, it's the work what we are carry out, yes.
After the earthwork is completed, the construction of the retaining wall will begin.
We have to make a new option to build the retaining walls. We have to include the safety barrier first before the wall construction. So the wall construction is the next steps after the earthwork. So very soon we will start with the retaining walls.
Project manager Gonzalez affirmed their commitment to delivering a road design that prioritizes durability and longevity, ensuring the infrastructure's resilience for years to come.
The design, including the new pavement structure. I mean, we have to replace the sub-base, we have to replace the base, and then we will provide a new drain system to that side, and we make sure that the slope of the road, all the water be collected with that new system. Then in the right-hand side, we have to provide a lot of retaining wall, concrete reinforced, to help the stabilization of the road, and then to save all the houses we have at the place.
Stay with us. We will be back after this break.
I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP.
As a parent, it is my responsibility to care and protect my children. It is my responsibility to ensure they are safeguarded at all times. It is the same for you, to safeguard your children by keeping them on their vaccination and immunization schedule. Make them a VIP, vaccinated, immunized, and protected. I am Pinky Fabulous. I am a VIP health champion. Be a VIP like me.
Let's all be VIP champions.
A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs, Be a VIP Childhood Vaccination and Immunization Campaign in collaboration with UNICEF and the Pan American Health Organization.
Welcome back. The National Water and Sewerage Authority, NWASA, announces the implementation of stringent water usage restrictions in response to the urgent challenges posed by the dry season. These restrictions, which will take effect on Sunday, May 12, 2024, span a spectrum of activities aimed at curtailing water waste and fostering conservation. They encompass limitations on irrigation and watering of gardens, lawns, and grounds, as well as restrictions on washing roadways, pavements, paths, garages, outrooms, or vehicles employing hoses. Additionally, they include prohibitions on the filling of swimming pools and ponds and any other activities deemed by the authority to necessitate a significant or excessive quantity of water. These restrictions will be formally gazetted and disseminated through various communication channels to ensure broad awareness and adherence. Continuing the news, 21 schools from throughout the country will administer the Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment, CPEA, through e-testing this year. Last year, 5 schools were used in the pilot stage. The final external component of the exams is scheduled for Wednesday, May 15th and Thursday, May 16th, 2024. 1,707 students are registered for the assessment from 72 schools. They are 845 males and 862 females. In 2023, 1,877 students were registered for the assessment. This figure comprised 1,028 males and 849 females. The CPEA external assessment for 2024 commences at 9 a.m. and will be conducted in 59 centers throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. It is expected that all students will finish the examination at 12:15 p.m. each day. Finally, in the news, the 5-member under-20 boys 4x100 meter relay team that represented Grenada at the pre-show of the World Relays in the Bahamas on Saturday returned to the island on Tuesday morning. The under-20 boys 4x100 meter relay team placed fourth with a time of 40.65 seconds, erasing their recently set junior record of 40.70 seconds at the 51st Carriacou Games held at the Karani James Athletic Stadium, March 30th to April 1st, 2024. Manager and coach of the team is Wayne McSween.
They were excited, they worked towards it. However, they were disappointed that they did not break the national record. But all in all, when they learned that they had eclipsed the junior record, that boosted their spirit a lot.
Coach McSween is hopeful that the under-20 boys' time will improve when they compete at the Whitsuntide Games in Grenada on May 18th, since their eyes are now set on the Peru under-20 World Games coming in July and August.
We're hoping, right now we rank number 11 in the world as juniors. So we're hoping at the Whitsuntide Games next weekend that they will be competing there and try to outdo their performances, because on any minute or any day, you could just find their ranking move from 11 to 30 because competition is ongoing. So we want to try to improve on that performance so that they can be sealed for the Peru under-20 World.
McSween says the young athletes are very talented, and once the Grenada Athletic Association reaches out, he is willing to once again manage and coach the team.
The association will decide on who is going to be working them. Probably me. I have no problem continuing the work I started in before Carifta, but that will be the decision for the executive of the GAA.
The 5-member team comprised Devonnie Ferguson, Tegon Peterkin, Shaquan Toussaint, Samuel Green, and Emilio Bishop. This brings us to the end of the GIS Evening Report for Tuesday, May 7th, 2024. On behalf of the news and production team here at the Government Information Service, I am Chris Ann Mitchell saying thank you for viewing.